Welcome to day 17 of all things breastfeeding and breast milk. Today we're going to discuss the new American Academy of Pediatrics Breastfeeding Recommendations from a nurse's perspective. So have you heard? The American Academy of Pediatrics is now recommending that mamas breastfeed their babies for up to 2 years and beyond. Welcome everyone to the Mama Nurse channel. I'm Vanessa, and here we discuss all things nursing, motherhood, and lifestyle. And make sure you leave a like on this video. Comment down below, how long was your longest breastfeeding journey? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any uploads. So there are many videos out there discussing the pros and cons of breastfeeding, the stress of breastfeeding, and all of that. But today we're going to take it to a different side. We're going to use my nursing perspective to see if maybe hearing these pros of breastfeeding up to 2 years and beyond could be beneficial for you in ways that you never knew. So let's dig into it. So what if continuing to breastfeed was more beneficial to you as mama? How long would you continue to breastfeed if you knew that it was more beneficial to you? Would that impact your decision at all? Did you know that mamas who breastfeed have lower risk of many life-threatening diseases, such as ovarian cancer, breast cancer, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure? Although these benefits are good, I can't deny the fact that breastfeeding up to 2 years and beyond will not completely eliminate your risk of getting these diseases. You are still at risk, especially if you are a minority. You have a higher risk of these diseases. But by breastfeeding for up to 2 years and beyond, it will help lower your risk significantly. So what about the benefits for baby if you breastfeed for 2 years and beyond? When you breastfeed, it lowers your baby's risk of ear infections, obesity, asthma, SIDS, otherwise known as sudden infant death syndrome, and gastrointestinal infections. That means less diarrhea and less vomiting. Now, if you take on this challenge, because it will be a challenge, of continuing to breastfeed until 2 years and beyond, you will definitely need a good support system that includes your spouse, grandparents, nannies, daycare, whatever you need to help support your breastfeeding up to 2 years and beyond. Oh, and a good and reliable breast pump and supportive hands-free nursing bra. Check down below for a link for a hands-free nursing bra. So tell me, do you think that you could do it? Do you think that you could breastfeed for up to 2 years and beyond? Comment down below. My longest single breastfeeding journey was about 18 months, maybe 19 to 20 if I pushed it. However, I have stair-step children, so I breastfed for 5 years straight. And let me tell you, it was tiring, but it was definitely worth it, beneficial for me and beneficial for my babies. I'm an advocate for breastfeeding. However, I do understand that time constraints, other responsibilities do play a part in choosing to breastfeed or choosing to continue to breastfeed. As a registered nurse, it is always our duty to make sure that we educate our patients. Education comes first, and if you don't have the knowledge, you won't be able to make an educated decision on what route you want to take. So that's why I decided to make this video in order to educate mamas out there of the potential benefits of continuing to breastfeed for up to 2 years and beyond. According to a survey, about 60% of mamas note that they did not breastfeed as long as they intended to, citing factors such as latching, baby's weight, or concerns about medications that they may have been taking. If and when you decide to continue breastfeeding for up to 2 years and beyond, there are many factors that you need to consider. Are you returning to work? Will your employer have the capacity, the space, the time to allow you to go breast pump to continue your milk supply? I was thankful enough in the field that I work in as a nurse, there's typically a pump room somewhere in the hospital, usually on the dedicated maternity ward, but there are also conference rooms, offices that you could use, have the privacy that you need in order to pump. One of my recommendations to you would be the moment you find out that you're pregnant and you make the decision to breastfeed. If you plan to return to work after maternity leave, go ahead and talk to your manager or your supervisor in regards to accommodations for breastfeeding. This is what I did. When I found out that I was pregnant, and once I informed my employer that I would be going on maternity leave, we started having that discussion on being able to pump, where I could pump, and all of those things. That way everything was set and I knew what to expect when I returned. Breastfeeding was very important to me, and I was not gonna let my job, my career, stop me from continuing my breastfeeding journey. So from a nurse's perspective, my opinion on breastfeeding until age 2 years and beyond, if it works for you, do it. If it doesn't, then find alternatives. There is no right or wrong way or length of time to breastfeed. Ideally, yes, if you can breastfeed longer, breastfeed longer. It will benefit you, it will benefit baby. But you also have to take into consideration mama's work. They may get stressed out. It may be too time consuming with their other obligations that they may have. So you can't really say yes or no. It's not a definite answer. You have to do what works for your body, your baby, your environment, and your situation. So from a nurse's perspective, do what works for you. And that includes if you choose to use formula milk rather than breastfeeding. So what questions do you still have about continuing to breastfeed for up to 2 years and beyond? Comment down below. We are now almost done with our breastfeeding and breast milk content series. We have covered so many topics discussing breastfeeding and breast milk. After this series is complete, I won't really talk about breastfeeding or breast milk on this channel anymore, just because I've pretty much covered all the topics. If you haven't seen any of my series, I also had a breast pump series a couple months ago, so make sure you check it out. If you are a homeschooling mama, stay tuned. We will transition our motherhood journey into our homeschooling journey. So stay tuned for resources, tips, guidance, education when it comes to being a homeschooling mama. If you have missed out on anything in our breastfeeding and breast milk series, please check down in the description box for a link to my playlist. I have shared with you so far many templates, guides, ebooks, and pamphlets in order to help you on your breastfeeding and breast milk journey. Make sure you head over to themommanurseshop.com to get yours now. As always, I hope this information was beneficial to you. Make sure you leave a like on this video, share it with your breastfeeding friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any uploads. And until next time, all love.